Hey, you're watching This Brand Geek, and in this video I'm going to talk about something that I wasn't going to talk about, but it's developed into something that's becoming a bit of a story. So I think you need to know about this, and I think you'll find it entertaining. Of course, I'm talking about Elon Musk going head to head with Michael O'Leary, the CEO of RyanAir. And it turns out Elon Musk might actually buy RyanAir just to fire Michael. Let me catch you up on everything that's been going on. I think you'll be surprised. Okay, so let's just jump into it. So the RyanAir CEO is called Michael O'Leary, and he's basically gone out and said that Elon Musk is an idiot and knows nothing about aircraft aerodynamics, which I think is a wild statement to make, especially when Elon Musk is sending rockets into space and then landing them or catching them, which I'll show you a video of in a minute because that video never gets old. Anyways, back to the point. The RyanAir CEO has got into an argument with Elon Musk because RyanAir is refusing to put Starlink satellite dishes on their aircraft. Now, as you may know, RyanAir is the biggest airline in Europe. They fly over 200 million passengers every year. They've also got the biggest fleet in Europe. Lots of airlines have already agreed to put Starlink on their planes. Starlink is already on planes out there with many different airlines, and they offer speeds of up to like 250 megabits per second, uninterrupted Wi-Fi on the plane, which everyone on the plane can use for free. And this is a huge thing for frequent flyers or even casual flyers, where when you're on the plane you can use your phone and laptop as if you were on the ground. Starlink is one of those services which just blows my mind every day. It really is. And to have it on all of the planes out there is just a game changer. Well, RyanAir is refusing to put it on their planes. And the reason they're refusing to put it on their planes is, well, I'll let Michael O'Leary tell you himself. So here's an interview with Michael O'Leary, and listen to what he says about Elon Musk and his justification for not having Starlink on RyanAir planes. Have a listen to this.
Just ask you about Starlink, which is Musk's satellite-delivered global internet connectivity system, and you've confirmed, look, it's not coming on to RyanAir. You've concerns about the drag of the antenna and the cost related to that. Elon Musk has written on X that you, Michael O'Leary, are misinformed. What do you say to that?
What Elon Musk knows about flights and drag would be zero. We have to put an aerial antenna on top of the aircraft. It would cost us about $250 million a year. In other words, about an extra dollar for every passenger we fly. And the reality for us is we can't afford those costs. Passengers won't pay for internet usage. If it's free, they'll use it, but they won't pay €1 each to use the internet. So we're not putting it on board. And I frankly wouldn't pay any attention to anything that Elon Musk puts on that cesspit of his called X. He was the guy who advocated getting Donald Trump elected. I would pay no attention whatsoever to Elon Musk. He's an idiot. Very wealthy, but he's still an idiot.
Do you have an X account, Michael?
No. I would not waste. I don't have any social media accounts. Thankfully, I'm too old to get involved in the cesspit that is social media. I would pay no.
Okay, so that's what Michael O'Leary had to say about Elon Musk and Starlink. And now his justification for not using Starlink is that it will cost them between $200 and $250 million a year, which means that they'll have to charge every passenger flying with them an extra dollar on their ticket. Now, call me crazy, but I'm willing to bet that the vast majority of people flying with RyanAir would be willing to pay an extra dollar or an extra pound or an extra euro to use high-speed internet on their flights. Because right now, RyanAir doesn't offer any Wi-Fi services at all on their flights. And another thing that I'd like to mention is I find it interesting how he mentioned Elon Musk supporting Trump when he's talking about reasons for not having Starlink on RyanAir flights, which leads me to believe that his decision not to use Starlink on his planes is more political than some sort of, oh my god, this is going to cost us $200 million a year extra. I don't think it's got anything to do with the money. Yes, RyanAir is a budget airline. Yes, you're lucky to get a seat. I'm surprised they don't make you stand on those flights. Everything is an extra. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they started charging for oxygen. Anyways, let's get back to this thread on X, and then we'll get into more stuff that's happened because, as I said, this is a developing story and a lot has been going on, and I really want you to see everything. So let's see how Elon Musk responded to this clip from Michael O'Leary talking about Elon Musk being an idiot. So as you can see here, right below that video clip that we just listened to, Elon Musk responded by saying, RyanAir's CEO is an utter idiot. Fire him. And then this guy said, just buy RyanAir and fire him yourself. Elon then responded by saying, good idea. Now you may remember before Elon bought Twitter, he was actually on Twitter talking to people, and one person actually commented saying, why don't you buy it? Because Elon was saying he likes Twitter or something. And then Elon responded by saying, how much is it? And the rest is history. Elon Musk went ahead and bought Twitter. It is now X, and now it's the biggest social media platform on the planet. Whether you love it or hate it, in my opinion, it is the best place to get up-to-date news and find out what's going around in the world, especially if you live in a place like the UK where the government tries to censor everything. If you want to know what's going on in the world, go on X. Anyways, this video is not an advertisement for X. Let's carry on with what else Elon Musk said. So he said good idea to that. And then he went on to say he got the fuel impact calculation wrong by a factor of 10 and refuses to look either at physics-based calculations or measured fuel usage for 737s that fly Starlink. Fire this imbecile. Pretty strong words there from Elon regarding Michael O'Leary, the CEO of RyanAir, but it gets worse. Let's go on to this next tab here that I have lined up for you guys. So RyanAir didn't back down. When someone posted what is a propaganda you're not falling for, RyanAir retweeted it with a quote saying Wi-Fi on planes. Now of course RyanAir thinks that Wi-Fi on planes is propaganda because they're a cheap airline and they will charge you for literally everything. If they can't add something to the plane without a guaranteed profit, they're not going to add it. So they kind of stoked the flames again by saying Wi-Fi on planes. Elon then commented saying, how much would it cost to buy you? And then he went on to say, I really want to put a Ryan in charge of RyanAir. It is your destiny, which I think is absolutely hilarious. If Elon actually goes and buys RyanAir and then fires Michael and replaces him with someone called Ryan just for the lulz, I think that will be absolutely hilarious, honestly. Anyways, so then someone responded to that with the video that I just showed you, and Elon responded with some choice words which you can see on your screen right now. Michael O'Leary is an R-word, T-word, who needs to be fired. Put him out to pasture. Please make sure he sees this message. Because of course Elon knows that Michael O'Leary doesn't have social media. Yeah, things are getting heated. But there's more. Surprisingly, honestly, this story is insane. So a couple of hours ago, RyanAir updated their X profile. The first thing you'll notice here on the top is their new banner. RyanAir's big idiot seats sale, only available for Elon Musk and other idiots on X. Book today before Musk gets one, from £16.99 or €16.99. And then they've got a little AI generated model here of Michael O'Leary hitting Elon Musk on the head with an I love RyanAir sign, and it says 100,000 seats in February, March and April. And you can see the entire little advert that they put out right here. What the hell is going on? They also put out a statement, and Michael O'Leary is apparently having a little conference tomorrow, or a press conference at Dublin, and this is what it says on their announcement. RyanAir CEO to undress Elon Musk Twitter tantrum at Dublin press conference. RyanAir CEO Michael O'Leary has called a press conference at 10 AM tomorrow, Wednesday the 21st of January in Dublin to undress Elon Musk's latest Twitch shit. This is the biggest airline in Europe and they're saying things like this, and then you've got the most wealthy, most successful entrepreneur of all time saying everything that he said. Can you see why this is such a big deal? This is insane. It then goes on to say Musk knows even less about airline ownership rules than he does about aircraft aerodynamics, said Michael O'Leary. Perhaps Musk needs a break. RyanAir is launching a great idiot seat sale, especially for Elon and any other idiots on X. 100,000 seats for €16.99 one way. Buy now before Musk gets one. And they posted that on X, and they have a gold check mark. So they're paying X for that gold check mark, and then they're posting this stuff on X attacking the CEO of X. This world has gone insane. Seriously, we are absolutely in a simulation. And the funniest thing, or actually the most brain dead thing about this in my opinion, is how they say Elon knows basically nothing about aircraft aerodynamics. Now remember, Elon launches rockets into space. Now I know that some people say that Elon just hires smart people at SpaceX, but what you need to remember is he is the chief engineer and he understands everything that SpaceX does. It's his company. He built it from the ground up. SpaceX is his life's mission, to make the human race a multiplanetary species, to preserve humanity if something were to happen to planet Earth. That's like his whole life's goal. That's why Tesla exists. That's why Starlink exists. That's why the Boring Company exists. That's why Grok exists. That's why Solar City exists. That's why the Optimus exists. That's why all this battery tech exists. Like everything that Elon Musk does all comes together for that ultimate goal of making life multiplanetary via SpaceX. Everything feeds into that goal. And to call someone that firstly lands rockets vertically and in the last year has been catching rockets, I mean, let's just take a look at it, right? Look at this clip here. This is the SpaceX Starship. This was flight test 5 where they caught the Starship booster. Now remember, the Starship is the biggest vehicle humans have ever made. Now this thing delivered the Starship into orbit, and then the booster detaches and it makes its way back down to Earth. Now normally with the Falcon 9 rockets, they land them vertically on like an X marks the spot kind of target, but with Starship they actually catch it out of midair. Let's just take a quick look at this. It's like a minute long. This is the person that Michael O'Leary said knows nothing about aircraft aerodynamics.
I can't wait for us to hear the sonic boom.
Booster landing burn startup.
Yeah, that guy knows nothing about aircraft aerodynamics. Michael O'Leary, you are absolutely insane. I mean, congratulations with all of the success you've had with RyanAir becoming the biggest airline in Europe. I mean, that is quite an accomplishment. But Elon is one of the greatest engineers of our time. He's probably one of the greatest engineers humanity's ever seen when you really think about it. Now, it doesn't matter what you think of his politics or certain things that he says online or how he acts sometimes, and because he's got Asperger's and he's different. You can't take away the fact that this guy is likely the smartest human on planet Earth. And to say that he knows nothing about aircraft aerodynamics when you're an accountant that doesn't even know how your own planes work, it's just absolutely insane. Now, Elon has used strong words like he did here. But the thing is, that just reminds me of a quote from one of my favorite shows of all time. Now, that quote is from a show called Billions. And in Billions, this is Paul Giamatti. He's like the law in the show. And he goes up against Bobby Axelrod, played by Damian Lewis. And Damian Lewis is a billionaire. Now, this is what Damian Lewis says to Paul Giamatti's character about having money because he's a billionaire. This whole situation just reminds me of this clip.
The kids in my office really thought you might buy that house. I told them, you got big balls, but not that big.
They're right. I'll probably pass. It's so nice, though, you know. Feels like you're part of the beach and ocean. And all that air out there? Shit, you know about it. Your daddy's got a little place out there. He must let you use a bedroom some weekends if you say please.
Walk away.
I should. But then again, what's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you?
What's the point of having fuck you money if you never say fuck you? I mean, it's true. And that's why Elon speaks his mind. He said in interviews in the past that he will always say what he thinks and he will always be honest. And he said if the consequence of being honest and speaking his mind is losing money, then so be it. Now let's get to the main question. Do you think Elon Musk will buy RyanAir? More importantly than that, do you think Elon Musk should buy RyanAir? Personally, I don't think he should. I think he's got enough on his plate, and I don't think he needs to add buying an airline, the biggest in Europe, to that list of things to do. Now, can he legally buy RyanAir, seeing as it's a European airline? Apparently not. Apparently he can own 49% of it, and the other 51% would have to be owned by a European entity. I think that's how it works. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what I read when I was researching this video. So how much would he have to pay? Well, if we take a look here at the RyanAir stock, currently on the Nasdaq is trading at $69.50. The market has just closed for the day, and over here on the top right we can see that their market cap at the moment at this share price is $36.52 billion. Now currently their 52-week high, and in fact their all-time high, was $73.75. Now if Elon were to buy, let's say that he could buy the whole of RyanAir, he would have to pay $36.52 billion. Do I think he would get it for that? No, I don't, because shareholders would need to be paid more to sweeten the deal and for them to agree to it. So how much would I expect him to pay? Now let's say, let's just open up a calculator here and let's just do the math real quick. So outstanding shares on RyanAir, they have 525.45 million. So 525.45, and their all-time high was 73.75 cents per share. Let's say that Elon was offering them more than their all-time high, and let's say that he offered them $75 per share, which would be the highest the company's ever been valued. So let's do 525.45 million multiplied by 75. So he would be paying just under $40 billion for the company. And if you were to buy 49% of it, he would be paying around 20 billion, which to Elon Musk is basically nothing. Looking at the stock, honestly, it's been trading quite flat. This stock doesn't really have much movement. If you look at the weekly chart here, as you can see, it goes up and down and up and down. The all-time high was here, $73.75, and they hit that on the 5th of January, which really wasn't too long ago. Anyways, getting back to it, should Elon Musk buy RyanAir? Do I think that he will? I really doubt it. I don't think that he should, but he did put up a poll and he was saying buy RyanAir and restore Ryan as their rightful ruler. And there were, well, at the time the screenshot was taken, there were 163,000 votes, but the last I saw it, there were just under 1 million votes, and yes had 75% of the vote and no had 25% of the vote. So if he does what he normally does, and if he lets the public decide what he's going to buy or what he's going to do, then yes, he will buy RyanAir. But honestly, I don't think that he will. Remember, Michael O'Leary has that conference tomorrow in Dublin where he's going to undress Elon. So we'll see what comes of that. But as it stands right now, I think this is just kind of fun to watch. Michael O'Leary really needs to stop talking. I mean, at least know the facts about your own planes and how much cost having Starlink would add to your fleet, rather than just sprouting off things and then bitching about Elon supporting Trump. I mean, I think that's very telling about his motives here. Screw the customers and screw your customers enjoying Wi-Fi. Most airlines offer Starlink for free. He's talking about charging everyone $1 on top of their ticket price to offset the price of Starlink. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's the CEO for now anyways. I just wanted to make this video to fill you in on what's been going on, because I thought it was kind of hilarious, and this is a developing story. So if something crazy or drastic happens, I'll let you know, but until then, this is everything that you need to know. Anyways, I hope you found this video entertaining or informative. If you did, please drop it a like, that really helps me a lot, and please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. You've been watching This Brand Geek. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.